Hello, in this video we will convert between military and standard time and vice versa. So yeah, so we are converting military and standard time and then standard time to military. So what you want to do is write down these rules. So if you're given a military time and you want to convert to standard time, here are your three rules. So between if your military time is between 000 or 0059, you add 12 hours, a colon, and an AM. If your military time is between 1200 and 1259, add a colon and then a PM. If your military time is between 1300 and 2359, subtract 12 hours, add a colon, and then a PM. Now, what if you want to go vice versa? So what if you have a standard time and you want to go to military time? Here are your three rules. So go ahead and write this down. If you're going from a standard to a military time, here are the three rules. So rule one is if it's between 12 a.m. to 12:59 a.m., you're going to subtract 12 hours, remove the colon, and add an a.m. If you're between 1 a.m. to 11:59, you're going to remove the colon and add an a.m. If your time is between 1 p.m. to 11:59 p.m., you're going to add 12 hours, remove the colon, and add a p.m. This is also a very important note. Make sure when doing military time, you have four digits, a total of four digits, two digits for the hours and two digits for the minute. Okay. So I kind of did a few of these, but here I'll do example one. So we have 1645 and it doesn't have an AM or PM, so that means it's military, and we got to convert it to standard time. So what you got to do is you got to subtract 12. And then you have to add a colon and a PM because that was the rule, that is rule one, right? 1645 is between, wait, so 1645 is between, let me write this out. So 1645 is between 1300 to 2359, right? So according to the rule, you must subtract 12 hours and add a colon and then a PM. Okay, so that's what I did. 1645, subtract 12 hours, I get 445, and add a colon and PM. Now, you don't add a leading zero because we don't want it in military time, right? And that's it. So example one, 1645 is the same thing as 4:45 p.m. Okay, example two, I kind of did this one, but 0845, and we want to convert it to standard form. So we're going from a military to a standard. So 0845 is so 0845 is between 0100 and 1159. So according to the rule, you have to add a colon, an AM, and drop any leading zero. Okay. So yeah, that's how I got. Okay, example three. We have 6:30 a.m. And so we have a standard time now. We got to convert to military time. So it's going to be the other rules. So according to the rule, you got to remove the colon and add an AM, right? So because 6:30 a.m. uh is tech 6:30 a.m. is technically between 1 a.m. to 11:59, right? So according to the rule, you must remove the colon and add an AM. Oh no, remove the colon and the AM, right? Because military doesn't have an AM or PM, and make sure it's 4 digits. So it does. 6030 has 4 digits. Right, these are pretty straightforward. 8:15 p.m. So we got to go from a standard to a military. So what you got to do is because 8:15 p.m. is technically between 1 p.m. to 11:59 p.m., right? You got to add 12 hours, remove the colon plus the PM. So that's what I did. Add 12, I get 2015, or remove the colon first and then add 12 and you get 2015, and there's your answer. Okay, example 5. We have 220 and we want to convert it to standard. So 220 is between 1300 and 2359. So according to the rule, you got to subtract 12 hours, add a colon, and then add a PM. So that's what I did. 2220 minus 1200, because you want 4 digits. And then I get 1020, and then you add the colon. So that's what I did, and add a PM. So that's how I got 1020 PM. Okay, example 6. Convert 0915 to standard. So it's basically military to standard. So that is between 0100 to 1159. So you add a colon, AM, drop any leading zero. So that would be 915, and then drop this leading zero. So, and then add an AM. So that would be 9:15 AM. Okay. Example 7, convert 1915 to standard time. So technically, we are technically going from military to standard. And so because 1915 is between 1300 and 2359, um, you got to subtract 12 hours, add a colon, and then a PM, right? So do that. 1915, subtract 12, and you get 7:15. So your final answer is 7:15 p.m. Example 8, convert 1200 to standard time. So it's technically military to standard. So 1200 is technically from 1200 to 1259. So what you got to do is add a colon and then a PM. That's it. So it would be 12 colon 00 PM. Not bad, right? Okay, example 9. We have to convert 2:15 p.m. to military time. So basically, we are going from a standard to a military. So let's see. 2:15 is technically between 1 p.m. to 11:59 p.m., right? So what you got to do is add 12 hours, remove the colon, plus the PM. So go ahead and do that. So 215, add 12, so 12, 0, 0. You get 1415. And then what do we do? Remove the colon and the PM. So your final answer in military time would be 1415. Example 10, convert 7:45 a.m. to military time. So what we have is standard to military. So 7:45 is between 10 a.m. to 11:59. And what we got to do is remove the colon plus the and the AM as well. So it's really 7:45. And remember, military time has 4 digits, so you do have to add this leading zero. And there's your final answer. Example 11, convert 12:25 p.m. to military time. So what we're doing is we're converting from standard to military. So because 12:25 is between technically 12 p.m. through 12:59 p.m., according to the rule, you must remove the colon and then add a p.m. So go ahead and do that. Remove the colon so you get 12:25, and then also remove the p.m. so your military time is 12:25. Okay, last example. So last example, it says convert 12:20 a.m. to military time. So what we're doing is converting standard to military. So what you got to do is subtract 12 hours, and then you got to remove the colon and the AM. So do that. So 1220 subtract 12 or 1200, and you get 20. And then because in military time you have 4 digits, you do have to add 2 leading zeros. So your final answer is 0020. Okay, that's it. We're going to stop here.